pilot in the back seats. The generates the heat. The flames in the back seats. The blitzkrieg pump. Hey, oh, let's go. What they want, I don't know. They're all revved up and ready to go. We're moving in a straight line. We go through a tight one. The kids are listening to mine. Blitzkrieg pump. The pilot in the back seat. The generates the heat. The flames in the back seat. Blitzkrieg pump. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
Yes. The home of the Clippers here in Los Angeles as 2K Sports presents our action live from the
Don't lose,
Staples
bitch.
Center. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Look at the Heat.
And guys, this is an opponent that's given them problems first two times out that they met. Both losses. We'll see if the third time is the charm.
This is their last chance, Greg. I mean, the final game of their season series against this group. So they're looking for a measure of redemption and, of course, trying to avoid being swept.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Heat. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Johnson is up there with Dang. And it's Whiteside in the pivot spot, manning the middle. Redick with the bucket.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Jordan with the screen on Dragic. Redick passes to Mbamute. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No one near him. Paul kicks to Redick. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Redick's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Clippers.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Whiteside, this is to Wade. Back to Whiteside. Shot no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
Here's Griffin after the made shot from Goran Dragic. Dragic against Paul. Shot is no good. Dragic with some nice D. The Heat have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And it's blocked by Jordan. Paul with the ball. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Now here's Griffin. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Wade, right side, to the middle. And Jordan sends it back. They retain possession. Miami shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. Free throw, good, Whiteside. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. Redick inside the line, and that one hits back iron. Knocked loose. Paul with the steal. There's 1:47 left in the first quarter of the game. And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
And the Clippers making a change here. Green's checked in.
That's his first personal foul.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Stoudemire left side. Here's Wade. That misses off the backboard.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Last outing for Miami, it was a loss to the Bulls. Here's Stoudemire. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Paul against Wade. It's Redick on the wing. Shoots the three. Jordan the pass to Griffin. He dishes it to Redick. Back to Griffin. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Paul with the steal. And now Redick pushing it up. No one back to stop him. The feed to Jordan. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh, no. Not the guy you want to put on the line, Kevin. He's an ATM from the free throw line.
Taking 2 shots.
And he sinks the second. 8 seconds left here in the first quarter. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Clippers on top, up 5. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they've blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side out for them the way they swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball.
I like that. Or handball as
either
well.
one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
On the floor for Miami, Johnson is up there with Dang. Then it's Stoudemire. Then there's Richardson. And it's Dragic in the point guard position.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Rivers kicks to Aldridge.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander. And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Pass to Redick. The tray. Stoudemire grabs the board.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
It's better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Dragic against Rivers. Rebound by the Heat.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Johnson attacking. Dragic against Rivers. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. They grab their own miss. Kicks it out to Johnson. The three. Can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They went to Miami for their last meeting with the Heat and came out with a win.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Greg, we know how important it is when you can go to your reserves without much drop-off in production. Gives you a big advantage. I know they'd love to see that again tonight.
Here's Rivers after the Heat pick up 2. Outside Griffin. Outside Green. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Green's got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles. There's Dragic with the 3. That one drops for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Miami with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. Stoudemire. The kick out to Dragic. Again, Dragic missing. Los Angeles leading by 6. Picked by Griffin. Here's Green. Here's Redick. And taken away by Johnson. Here's Richardson. And it's Rivers with the rebound.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And finished off by Griffin. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
And the rejection by Stoudemire.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Clippers leading by 4. And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That's his first foul. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. Then for the Heat, Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. Winslow comes in for Johnson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Richardson. There's a screen. Clock at 4. Green. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And he's got his first free throw of the game. And the first one at the line is good.
At the line for 2.
Both free throws good from Green.
They'll probably let the clock wind down here.
Right on. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter in this situation.
Wade dishes to Whiteside. And taken away by Paul. He gets it up. And so we conclude the first half. Clippers lead by 6. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You look at J.J. Redick. What a contribution.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. You look at J.J. Redick. What a contribution.
Boy, did he put on a show from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
Well, I tell you what, we'll soon find out, because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Mbah a Moute in the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And he can extend the lead to double digits.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Double team on Dang. Here's Dragic. Solid as a rock from 20 feet away. Dragic has got 7 points in the game. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Dragic against Paul. Down low. Here's Griffin. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Now here's Dang. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Wade against Redick. Wade kicks to Dang. Trying his luck deep. No luck. The Clippers go the other way with it. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Paul goes in. Passes it to Redick. Jordan trying to free himself up. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Wow, what a special performance this guy's putting on from long range.
Well, that has been his shot today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
It's stolen by Dragic. Johnson, the pass to Wade. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. Then for the Heat, Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Joe Johnson. And it's Richardson in for Goran Dragic. Crawford dishes to Jordan. Crawford kicks to Paul. Shot clock at 5. And he banks in the layup. Paul's got his second bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Heat have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. And so he hits the technical free throw. And the Clippers making a switch here. Pierce is checked in. .153 left to play in the third. And Dang, here we go. Count the bucket.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Now here's Paul. Here's Jordan. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. They get Luol Deng. For Los Angeles, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
For three, Richardson. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Paul passes to Pierce. Shot clock at 6. There's Crawford with the three. And good on the basket. Book it. Crawford's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. In the corner, Winslow with it. Kicks to Richardson. Pass to Stoudemire. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Quick hands and the ability to anticipate the opening to create a turnover, so valuable, especially for a guard, as we see two tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
You know, and John Stockton, the only player to have cracked the 3,000 barrier in terms of career steals. You ask the fans about Stockton, and it's his passing they'll remember. But if you ask the players he's played up against, they'll tell you it's his defense that was just as sharp.
The Clippers have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. Free throw drops for Paul. The Heat trail by 10. Wade kicks to Richardson. We've got 28 seconds left in the third. With a floater, and it's blocked by Jordan. Richardson against Crawford. Pierce for three. They get it back. Crawford dishes to Jordan. And Mbamute kicks to Paul. Second shot opportunity. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Clippers ahead. Up by 12.
I gotta hold down the city.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Here's Wade. On the floor for Miami. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Johnson is out there with Whiteside. And it's Winslow in at the 3 spot. Clippers leading by 12. Here's Rivers. The dish to Johnson. Feeds it to Rivers. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that. The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet.
Crawford. Again, the Clippers.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
The Heat trail by 16. Here's Wade. Green with the rebound. Green's got his third rebound tonight. Crawford kicks to Green. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
He'd have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And there's the pass to Winslow. Miami no good on that time either.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Wade drives in. He kicks it to Whiteside. He feeds it to Johnson. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
On the wing, Johnson. It's tipped. Stolen by Winslow. Now here's Dragic, the fast break opportunity. And that one's good. Dragic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
Rivers passes to Crawford. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
To the middle. Here's Wade. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
You know, for so long, the NBA has had 12-minute quarters. In last year's preseason, they began experimenting with the 10-minute quarters. Players seem to like it, but it would be a huge change philosophically in terms of how the game is played.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Uncovered. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Dragic.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
But they recover it. Redick for 3.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Wade with it. Chris Paul covering. Wade dishes to Dang. The feed to Whiteside. 5 to shoot. Dang kicks to Whiteside. And he goes in for the dunk.
And this run not really doing him any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. I mean, the fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
And Clark, with the 10-minute quarters, the players felt like they were fresher during the game. Still, removing 8 minutes from an NBA game does have huge consequences.
Well, we must remember it's being experimented with right now, so keep that in mind. They also talked about shortening the preseason and doing other things to keep players fresher during the year. I like the thought process.
The drive by Paul. No one near him. Redick with the bucket.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of surge.
Out to the right wing. Here is Mbamute. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubt they'd come out on top.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
horses with big, the 10-gallon tracks. The hood cowboys with the 10-gallon raps, racking ACG boots and baseball caps. I agree, this ain't a simulation of the doo-doo. This is the shot said to get used to. Gangstar foundation to treat, we branched off. Shine, I just waited our chance to blast off. Year rounds in possession of Black Poet, Nick Khalil, the NYGs. I'm making diamonds out of pressure, my pipes are intact. Don't believe me, action, pointing back to the track. These recordings be important and responsible for drama like Sarah Palin, Joe Biden, McCain, and Obama.
Man, listen, we be on a life or death mission. Get paid like tuition or caged up in prison. One time for your mind, two ghetto politicians. 3 for all my niggas locked down in the system. Man,
Watch all about to lose.
Get paid like tuition or caged up in prison. One time for your mind, two ghetto politicians. 3 for all my niggas locked down in the system. NYG. They said New York fell off. Who bringing New York back? I'm like, where we went? What part the game is that? We've been here the whole time, anxiously waiting. And the streets paper chasing, pre-testing our patience. Now stop the presses. Listen up, this is not a lecture. More like a message with a flow that's as hot as peppers. Pop the only way you can stop this villain. I'm sick with it. With amoxicillin. I've been the illest since Ill Kid Operation Red. Though I never contemplated that. Then that's a rap. Turn your pages to 03. Chapter NYG's. Pants is my code D. No iron team, homie. Picture me solo. See what happened to Tony. What he did to Manolo. Here go that New York Giant.
2K Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. The last time these two teams met, it was the Cleveland Cavaliers picking up the loss in that outing against Miami. And now they'll try to tie up the season series at 2 wins apiece. They've taken 1 game out of 3 so far.
And talk about a team that just never seemed to get into a rhythm offensively. It was just an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, they didn't appear to have any kind of cohesiveness in terms of game plan, and they never figured out how to attack the defense in that one.
So the opening lineup for the Heat. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Dang out there with Whiteside. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. Now here's Irving. Clock at 6. Love with the screen for Irving. Goes up off the pick. And the dunk by Love.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Oh, wow. Look at this man just go flying by him after the shot fake.
Well, it might be humiliating for a defender, but it feels oh so good on the flip side.
Yeah, get him in the paratroopers club and then take advantage of it.
Outside Irving. Just 5 on the clock. The dish to Thompson. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
Whiteside, good.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Irving with it. Now guarded by Dragic. Love with the screen on Dragic. Irving from long range. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Cleveland on defense. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
As you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Riley Clark kind of molded him in his image.
And it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Wade kicks to Johnson. Offensive rebound. Dang dishes to Wade. Irving against Dragic. Back to Wade. Johnson attacking. The kick out to Dragic. And that misses. That would have put him up.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And James gets it to go on the assist by Smith. LeBron got his first basket of the night.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Now, that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
And guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic?
Cavaliers have gone 4-7 from the field, shooting over 50%. That falls. Great assist by Love. 6 points for LeBron.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Whiteside kicks to Dragic. Clock at 6. Lays it up and banks it in.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Irving attacking. Smith for 3. And it's Dragic with the rebound.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. It looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark. Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert's checked in for James. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Stoudemire. He feeds it to Winslow. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Smith outside. It could go. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's up. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Heat out front, leading by a point. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Really, it's always a positive when you can get some impact off your bench.
Always nice to have firepower coming from the reserves, and they've had firepower and then some so far.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Cleveland, they've got Mozgov. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Smith, and it's Fry in at power forward. Feeds it to Richardson. Lets it go with the 3. Shoots the 3. Richardson missing again. Cavaliers trailing. Smith outside. pass to Dellavedova. That three off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Takes it from 10. Dang with the bucket. For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Mozgov goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one is on Stoudemire.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Kevin Love's checked in for Fry. And James subbed in for Smith. Swiped it away. It's LeBron with the drive. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. 8 points for LeBron.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And he dunks it down.
Good. Just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fella's wearing the rim out.
Johnson kicks to Winslow. Wade passes to Johnson. The Heat need to get a shot off. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Out to Shumpert. James dishes to Mozgov. Down low. Shumpert. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Cavaliers currently rank in the NBA. 7th in rebounding, 7th in three-point field goal percentage. And they are in the top 10 in team points per game.
And they've been strong in the rebounding department, up in the top 10. And it's just not one guy. Really, it's been about the entire group collectively.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Thompson comes in for Mozgov. And Irving subbed in for
Latro
Matthew
losing to the
Dellavedova.
Knicks with the Warriors.
And Miami with a change here, too. Whiteside's checked in. And the dunk by James.
How much do you love to see a guy with the skill and the nerve to pull off that reverse?
Well, if it was any other player, it may be surprising. But he is just so good.
One of the few guys in this league with that kind of move in his arsenal.
On the wing, Irving. There's 1:38 left in the first half of basketball. And the shot is good.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
The number of points they've scored in the paint.
Latro losing to the Knicks with the Warriors trash.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul.
Oh, man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And Cleveland making a change here. Fry's checked in. Irving with the steal. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. Took it the length and buries the 3. And the Cavaliers lead by 5.
He recognized there a good job by him that he could find some room behind that three-point line on the break.
Right block shot. The shot by Wade, no good. The Cavaliers have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Lets the 3 fly. And again, it's Kyrie Irving with the triple. And now an 8-point Cavalier lead. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. It's Dragic with the drive. .24 seconds left in the first half. Wade from outside. Miami no good on that time either.
You got to be careful, though. There's a real balancing act. You can't let your ego try to run your offense. You can see he really wanted to answer that made three with one of his own. Not the best decision.
He kicks to Whiteside. That one's off. Still out of sync.
If they could end every possession with that shot.
And the first half is now in the books. Cavaliers lead by 10. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something because he looks a little faster today than normal.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could. And boy, was he throwing it down hard.
Yes, sir. He has had too many uncontested runs to the hoop. But even if a defender's gotten there, it's been posterized time.
On the floor for Miami, Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Deng out there with Johnson. And it's Whiteside in at the 5. Deng kicks to Dragic. And Thompson sends it back.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Love kicks it out to James. Love outside. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got his third assist on the night.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
The shot's good from Irving. The Heat trail by 15. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Heat have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Mozgov, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Kyrie Irving.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Smith the pass to James. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Tacked a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard. Clark
Yes,
bringing it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Took him no time at all on that one. 6 points for Johnson.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
And Miami making a change here. Winslow's checked in. Oh, and here comes Dragic all alone. And it's Winslow that time on the assist by Dragic. Dragic has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And in the playoffs last year, with Portland being a division winner but getting that 4th seed, that played a huge role in this conversation about playoff seeding structure. San Antonio would end up playing the Clippers in the first round, even though both had better records than the Blazers.
Kevin, no doubt it's a tricky situation. Listen, you want to reward teams for winning their division, but every so often it comes at the expense of several other teams, like it did last year, who just play in stronger divisions. So I think that's something that the league is going to have to look at moving forward. And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
And then here we go. Winslow dishes to Stoudemire. And the shot is long.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Dragic kicks to Dang.
Cavaliers foul.
The Heat have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. First free throw is good. Channing Frye's checked in for the Cavaliers. Iman Shumpert has come in for LeBron. Wade, he's checked in for Miami.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for him.
That's an Iman Shumpert slam.
The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
Doubled by Smith. Dang for 3. Stoudemire, the pass to Wade. It's Richardson on the wing. But they recover it. Tries yet again. Mozgov with the block. Smith with it. Now guarded by Winslow. Smith outside. Cleveland gets it back. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. The tray. And the shot is good. Smith's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep.
That will count. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's the 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Cleveland ahead, running away with it. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Kevin Love out there with Channing Frye. Then there's J.R. Smith. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Dellavedova in the 2. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
On its way from Irving for 2. And the Cavaliers getting another bucket right there. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Here's Whiteside. Out to Wade. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Frye. And it's LeBron in for Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Dragic with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Well, it seems like this is something we've said quite a bit the last few years, but now we really feel like we're in a golden age for point guards. So many point guards on so many teams are the leaders and best players on their teams. You can name a dozen all-star level point guards in the league right now.
He dishes it to Dang. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Wade gets the bucket.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Irving drives in. And it's blocked by Dang. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Dragic against Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
On defense, Cleveland. Wade with it. 17-foot shot on the way. Here's Whiteside. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength, just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
And so here's Cleveland. It's an 18-point lead. Smith outside. No good on the triple.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
LeBron can't get it to go. The Heat trailed by 18. Floats one up. And Luol Deng gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Johnson against LeBron. And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Winslow's checked in for Joe Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Love kicks to Smith. And Wade sends it back. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. The Heat trailed by 18. And it's Dragic off the drive. That's good. 8 points for Dwayne Wade.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
They get a hand on it. And stolen by LeBron. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face, and we've been around long enough to know when a game is over. And this one is in that category.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Cavaliers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And counting tonight's game on the season, they'll now have won 57 games this year.
And with this win, they bring the season series to an end, guys, with a split, 2 games apiece.
I'm sure it meant a lot to them not letting a conference opponent get the better of them. That's important to them for sure.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for James. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel. Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Whiteside. Josh McRoberts comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Gerald Green in for Goran Dragic.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Green kicks to Richardson. And he's good on the 3 ball.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Yeah, I think it may be, Greg. At least they're finally showing some signs of life offensively. Too bad I think it's past the point where it'll do much good.
Winslow dishes to Haslam. Back to Richardson. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pull.
Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We making noise. Hold on. Hold on. Scared of heights, come face your fears. Hold up. Do it just like Nikki, gone and it over. Say she roll with me, she tired of being a loner. Young, but you know I'm ready. Oh, foreign girls call me. But I'ma get back to the point, baby. Hold up. Trying to chase me. Come roll with me in my Mercedes. Hold up. I see they broke, I see they lazy. Man, they money slim, they. I woke up in a new.
The Spurs play before the hometown crowd here live in San Antonio, Texas. Looking at San Antonio, they took the win in their last game against the Jazz in Utah. And guys, it could have gone either way. Nearly won that one by 2.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the floor for Miami. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Hang out there with Johnson. And it's Whiteside in the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
And Parker gets it to go. The assist by Green. Parker's got his first points of the night.
And Clark, that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like giving up 2 baskets, the one you didn't get, and then the one you allow the opponent to get.
So it's the Spurs now.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Leonard. Second chance shot. And he gets the bucket.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. San Antonio shooting their first free throw tonight. As Greg was just talking about, the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammond, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Clark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
Looking to end the run. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. Pass to Aldridge. Parker kicks to Leonard. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Passes it to Winslow. Johnson up top. Pulls it up. Not enough on that one as it misses.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
That's good.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
Dragic against Parker. There's the pass to Aldridge. And he goes in for the dunk.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here is Whiteside after the basket by San Antonio.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
There's Winslow, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous. Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with a win.
And the last time these teams met, it was a walk in the park, and everybody got in on the act. Their bench was spectacular in that win.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the starters were extremely happy to get some rest and let the bench guys do the heavy lifting. Definitely a feel-good win for the team.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for the Heat. Richardson comes in for Dwayne Wade. Ginobili, that's good.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Here's Johnson after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. 2 on the clock. Nice work there coming off the screen.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now, here's Mills. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Duncan. The shot's good on the assist by West. Here's Dragic. 26 seconds left to play here in the first. There's Winslow. 9 feet out. Johnson can't hit.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Duncan with a screen on Richardson. Ginobili the best to Duncan. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It goes on Justice Winslow. The Spurs shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for San Antonio?
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Stoudemire out there with Dang. And it's Winslow in at the small forward position. Out to the right wing. Stoudemire dishes to Wade. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Spurs leading by 6. Here's Marjanovic. He's guarded by Dragic. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Stolen by Anderson. And now West running the floor all by himself. Fires the three. That's good. Anderson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Anderson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Spurs.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
Ginobili kicks it to West. Here's Marjanovic. Spurs working the ball around now. They get the rebound. It's stolen by Stoudemire. And it's the Heat on the break. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And Greg, you know, for Popovich being with the Spurs for so long, since 1996, Clark, he is actually the longest tenured coach in all of sports right now.
Amazing, Kevin, and he's done it through winning. I mean, the 3rd fastest coach ever to get to 1,000 wins. You compare his number.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
It's tipped and stolen by Aldridge. Martin the best to Parker. The shot no good. Excellent D from Wade. Last outing for Miami, it was a loss to Chicago.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Leonard, no luck.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
That's an example there, guys, of contesting the shot and corralling the board. That's really all you can ask of a guy at that end of the floor.
It's stolen by Dang. Here's Winslow. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Well, the numbers since the All-Star break, and here's how San Antonio ranks league-wide. Second in free throw percentage, third in fewest turnovers per game, and they also show up top 5 in block shots.
And you mentioned their free throw shooting. Not a team you can get careless with defensively. They make you pay, sealing games at the line.
They set the screen. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
San Antonio making a switch here. Duncan's checked in. And then for Miami, Johnson comes in for Winslow. And it's Richardson in for Goran Dragic.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
1:24 left here in the second. The drive by Aldridge. And Whiteside sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. We've got 1:18 left in the second quarter. Pass to Whiteside. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. Tim Duncan picks one up.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Spurs. Leonard draws the double to the left wing. Feeds to Martin. Kicks it to Leonard. And the layup's good off the glass. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
Deng kicks to Whiteside. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Parker kicks to Green. Trying to find Martin. He's got it now.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
And Miami making a change here. Stoudemire's checked in. 35 seconds left now here in the second. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Richardson kicks to Wade. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Runner in the lane. And another basket for Miami.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
To the middle. That jam. Beautiful.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
So we've And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something because he looks a little faster today than normal.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
Guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Martin in at the small forward. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Wade dishes to Dragic. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got his 5th assist in this one. Leonard attacking. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
And now in transition is Parker. Here we go.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Whiteside, the pass to Dragic. He dishes it to Dang. Out to Wade. Out left to the wing. There's Dragic with the 3.